Be honest, have you ever been so paralyzed that you forgot to take a shower just to keep your eyes glued to these smoking hot sirens on screen, from Princess Diana and her provocative golden lasso, to the haughty Batgirl cruising on her cycle, and even the deadly authority of the Egyptian queen Isis? But don't let those glamorous outfits fool you. To achieve those drop-dead waistlines, these starlets had to squeeze themselves into costumes so tight they were literally bursting at the seams. We're talking classic wardrobe malfunctions and steamy details so blatant they'd make you shout, "I see London, I see France." Right now, we're stripping down the top 20 sexiest female warriors in classic superhero history. Hit like and subscribe immediately. Trust me, it's way faster than racking your brain for an excuse to explain to your wife why you remember these ladies' names better than your own wedding anniversary. 20. Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, the 70s man's dream.
Wonder Woman, where do you come from?
No list of beauties could ever exist without Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. Possessing extraordinary strength, she is the Amazonian princess who came to the world of man on a mission of peace and justice. And surely everyone remembers this legendary moment when she's in that purple dress running to find the pilot who just fell from the sky. Waking up to see a goddess standing over you. Yup, if that were me, I'd probably start flirting immediately. Plus, do you remember the way Diana spins to transform? It's the moment she sheds her office worker persona to release the Amazonian goddess within. I guarantee you that tight red bustier was born to celebrate Linda's iconic hourglass figure. However, the role wasn't without its controversies. During many action sequences, the top of her costume frequently slipped down. Even in the scenes featuring her swimsuit, there were wardrobe malfunctions so glaring that many viewers couldn't help but shout, "I see London, I see France." And truthfully, because she was so beautiful, she became the victim of countless photo edits that continue to circulate to this day. 19. Julie Newmar's Catwoman, history's most seductive villain.
Hello, Batman.
You're a rare lady, Catwoman. You're right on time.
I'm rare. In more ways than that.
Do you remember Catwoman from the campy 1966 Batman series? That was Julie Newmar in the role of a lifetime. With her impressive height and legs, for days Julie created a Catwoman who gave Batman a massive headache with her sheer deviousness. Just look at the way she glides in that shimmering black jumpsuit. Fun fact, she actually designed that outfit herself. And surely you remember this scene, the way she uses those heavy-lidded eyes and that sultry purring voice to summon men. It was for cinematic drama, showcasing a flirtatious charm that saw the Dark Knight trapped in her love nest more than a few times. Even in the film version, Batman truly fell for her. But few know that this iconic suit caused no end of trouble. Julie reportedly couldn't even go to the bathroom for hours at a time. Getting in and out of that treacherous outfit was an ordeal that took an entire hour and a full crew of assistants. 18. Yvonne Craig's Batgirl, the seductive wild card replacement for Catwoman.
And you, Catwoman, are an even bigger fool than I thought you were. We who enforce the law would Batman won't be here. He'll be at the Belgravian embassy thwarting your nefarious scheme.
You definitely haven't forgotten the roar of Batgirl's Batcycle in the intro. In the 1966 Batman series, Yvonne Craig played Barbara Gordon, the brilliant librarian who held the secret identity of Batgirl. By day, Barbara Gordon was a bespectacled girl next door, but when night fell, she transformed into Batgirl. To be honest, the first time I saw her in that pink dress, I thought, how can someone be this adorable? She was definitely my first young love back in the day. Just look at that purple costume. The filmmakers actually tweaked the outfit to ramp up the sex appeal. They swapped standard boots for stilettos, turning every step Batgirl took into a seductive performance. However, if you look closely during the stunts, you'll notice those boots were swapped out for thicker, sensible heels. But the truth behind the suit was far more practical. Batgirl was brought into the show for one sole purpose: to hook the male audience. Research at the time showed that episodes featuring Catwoman always hit record ratings. But since they couldn't have the cat around 24/7, they needed a replacement. Rose and Batgirl was the perfect alluring wildcard. 17. Lindsay Wagner's The Bionic Woman girl power with emotional depth. Do you remember Gamey Summers from The Bionic Woman? From an athlete involved in a tragic skydiving accident, she was reborn with supersonic legs and ultra-sensitive hearing. But what I love most is how Lindsay Wagner breathed life into the character. She was brilliant, brave, and incredibly compassionate. Don't you agree? She had a stellar career, a chic apartment, and even a loyal bionic dog. Just look at the way Hummy tucks her hair back to listen with her bionic ear. To be blunt, I've always rated the Bionic Woman much higher than the $6 Million Man. And here's a fun fact: Lindsay Wagner actually won an Emmy for this role. She proved to the world that a female superhero doesn't just need muscles, she needs a soul full of depth and emotion. 16. Erin Gray's Colonel Wilma Deering. She's absolute eye candy.
Dr. Hewer, the spaceport just called, and Buck has just returned from the Antares system.
Excellent. You suppose these last few weeks of rest have done him any good?
When it comes to the perfect blend of military authority and sheer allure, Erin Gray in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century is the ultimate answer. Colonel Wilma Deering truly caused a seismic shift whenever she appeared in those skin-tight jumpsuits. Do you remember her uniforms, whether they were sky blue, sweet pink, or pure white? My absolute favorite was the red one. Every time Wilma walked onto the screen in that vibrant red outfit, she practically stole the hearts of every male viewer. Recall her suggestive line at the end of the film, "Buckeye can be a woman like the princess, too." That was a masterclass in subtle double entendre. It's a pity that over here we had to wait decades to witness this masterpiece through private cable channels, but the wait was entirely worth it. After all, Erin Gray had the range to pull off even the most regal roles. I totally understand why many hardcore fans turned their backs on the second season. It's simple. They had already fallen head over heels for the captivating Wilma Deering. 15. Ornella Mooty's Aura, the most seductive villainess of all time.
Gently, darling. It's extremely sensitive. Like me.
If there were an award for the most seductive villain of all time, Ornella Mooty would have no rivals. In Flash, Gordon Aura isn't just the daughter of the tyrant Ming. Princess Aura is absolutely infatuated with Flash. However, he simply ignores her, declaring, "I must rescue my friends and save the Earth." Just look at the way Aura appears in those skin-tight, fiery red jumpsuits. Or those daring Art Deco-inspired cutout designs. I have to tell you, those outfits were born to perfectly showcase Ornella's full lips, honeyed skin, and those quintessential Italian voluptuous curves. There are scenes where Aura plays the fragile damsel to seduce Flash Gordon, only to transform into a scheming queen the very next second, and the absolute peak is the moment she's being punished. And to be honest, no matter how much she's seen crying out, the scene is still incredibly erotic. Well, I'll just leave it at that and let you all use your own imaginations. 14. Deborah Winger's Wonder Girl, Diana Prince's stunning little sister.
Drusilla! Hi, Diana.
In the Wonder Woman series, Deborah Winger played Drusilla, the younger sister of Diana Prince. Unlike her older sibling, Deborah Winger brought a fresh breeze to the show, a mix of playfulness, innocent beauty, and the impulsive energy of youth. That's exactly why, despite appearing in only a few episodes, Drusilla created an absolute sensation. Plus, Deborah's transformation spin had a certain sharpness to it. When the dust settled there, she was a young woman in a vibrant red bustier and star-spangled blue trunks, perfectly showcasing her toned physique and long legs. But here's the kicker, Deborah Winger wasn't actually a fan of the role. She even confessed later that she used her paycheck from the show to pay back the studio just to release her from the contract. It's such a shame we only got to see Drusilla for a handful of episodes. 13. Helen Slater's Supergirl, a vibrant Kara Zor-El. In the 1984 self-titled film, Helen Slater brought a vibrant energy to Kara Zor-El. As Superman's cousin Kara leaves Argo City for Earth to recover the Omegahedron, a priceless energy source that could save her planet, but has fallen into the hands of the Wicked Witch, Selena. Helen Slater's most iconic scene has to be the moment she first discovers her ability to fly and her extraordinary strength amidst Earth's nature. Surely you remember this. She glides over the lake and hovers among the trees with her brilliant cape fluttering behind her. In particular, the sequence where Kara confronts the forces of darkness to protect her friends at high school proved one thing. Supergirl isn't just a female version of Superman. She's an independent icon with a brave heart and pure altruism. 12. Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy, the alluring toxic muse.
With venom.
Setting aside all the controversies over the plot of 1997's Batman and Robin, but I just have to state one thing clearly. Uma Thurman's beauty as the toxic muse is undeniable. With her vibrant, fiery red hair and outfits crafted from leaves, she was a truly dangerous villainess. Uma's Ivy had both Batman and Robin reeling, even turning them against each other, all thanks to the hypnotic charm of her kiss. And who could forget that famous scene? She emerges from a gorilla suit at the charity gala, scattering pheromone dust and leaving the entire hall entranced. The way she whispered sweet nothings and drifted through the crowd of smitten men turned Ivy into an icon of deadly seduction. No matter how much the film is criticized, the image of Uma Thurman with those leaf-shaped eyebrows and that sharp, piercing gaze remains one of the most striking looks of the 90s. 11. Jane Badler's Diana, the cold-blooded reptilian queen.
Have them scrubbed and oiled.
When discussing the most seductive villainesses in 80s TV history, I don't think any list is complete without Jane Badler as Diana. In the series V 1983, Diana wasn't just a mesmerizing alien commander. She was the embodiment of cruelty and ambition. With her sharp beauty, she turned this character into a haunting icon of evil that left audiences terrified. I can still vividly remember that classic moment that shocked millions of viewers back then, the scene where Diana nonchalantly swallows a rodent. That was the split second her perfect beauty mask was ripped away. To be blunt, Jane Badler's Diana redefined the femme fatale in Sci-Fi, a queen capable of manipulating an entire race with her intellect and brutality all hidden behind a gorgeous exterior. 10. Joanna Cameron's Isis, the ultimate empowered queen.
Almighty Isis.
If you were a kid growing up with 70s television, you definitely haven't forgotten the secrets of Isis. Every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on CBS, you'd see Andrea Thomas, an ordinary school teacher who held ultimate power. When faced with crises beyond mortal reach, Andrea only had to raise her arms and recite the incantation to summon the power of Isis. I especially loved the scenes where Isis used her psychic abilities. Her eyes looked so haunting, as if she were literally hypnotizing the audience. But the show had its fair share of plot holes. Remember the scene where the little girl is sneaking around the old junkyard? Right when she bumps into something, and a cat jumps out a neighbor's car alarm suddenly goes off. But wait, did 1970s car alarms really have that modern-sounding siren? One more thing that truly floored me was the sheer number of Volkswagens in that junkyard. It was an absolute gold mine. 9. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, insane, seductive, and untamable.
You're catnip to a girl like me. Handsome, dazed, and to die for.
When it comes to Selina, Kyle let me make this clear. No matter how many successors come after Michelle Pfeiffer's version, in Batman Returns, 1992 remains an absolute monument. She is the embodiment of madness, allure, and rebellion. From a downtrodden, timid secretary, Selina was reborn as the Cat Lady in that iconic, crudely hand-stitched, glossy latex suit, fueled by a thirst for revenge and an untamable craving for freedom. I still get goosebumps every time I rewatch the scene where Selina cartwheels through the department store, her use of the whip, or that cinematic rooftop confrontation with Batman in Gotham. Michelle Pfeiffer's fiery gaze and haunting voice turned Catwoman into a dark symbol of female power. To me, this is the perfect blend of noble beauty and the most terrifying wildness ever to grace the screen. 8. Pamela Hensley's Princess Ardala, resplendent in bold, daring outfits.
Yes. It will be much easier dealing with Earth once we do away with that stuffy Dr. Hewer and that detestable Colonel Deering.
You are truly your father's daughter.
In Buck Rogers' Princess Ardala was the ultimate eternal rival to Wilma Deering. As the royal antagonist, she always appeared in magnificent, boldly cut, and haughty attire. Yet behind that powerful exterior lay a rather tragic fate. Ardala was beautiful, but essentially a prisoner of her own highborn status. Do you remember that moment at the end of part 1? Buck told her he liked her and appreciated her softer side. It clearly had a huge impact on her, and I truly just hope her story had a happy ending. Mentioning Ardala always brings back memories of my mom. Back in the day, she used to tease the princess's walk, that exaggerated hip sway that looked like she was playing the part of a windshield wiper. But jokes aside, her visuals in this video are truly top tier. In the end, I have to take my hat off to the costume designers of this show. They deserve a Lifetime Achievement Award and a $1 million bonus. 7. Joanna Lumley's Purdey High kicks in thigh-slit dresses. If Hollywood had Wonder Woman, Britain had Purdey. Played by the beauty icon Joanna Lumley, Purdey was a top-tier agent with breathtaking action sequences. Do you remember her signature bob haircut? That style actually sparked a global fashion craze. But what really made the audience catch their breath were her incredibly long legs and the haughty charisma of a former ballet dancer turned secret agent. And those high kicks, that was Purdey's specialty. Just look at the way she delivered those perfectly straight, soaring kicks while wearing thigh-slit dresses. 1 second she'd be in a formal evening gown, and the next she'd be ready to leap into a stunning martial arts display. 6. Deidre Hall's Electra Woman, the sharp and sexy reporter.
Woman, what's that thing?
Inquisitive little pest, aren't you? Well, permit me to show you.
Save the demonstration, Pharaoh. Give up or face the consequence.
In the series Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, Deidre Hall was the heart and soul of the show as the lead Electra Woman. Playing Lori Logan, a sharp-witted reporter, Deidre brought an irresistible intellectual charm to the screen. Do you remember how Electra Woman appeared in that vibrant red and yellow spandex suit? I guarantee you that skin-tight design was born to celebrate Deidre's figure and her long legs. Every time she went into battle, the camera captured angles that highlighted her dynamic yet undeniably sultry energy. But here's the detail that'll make you hit the pause button for a closer look. Did you know that in this series, Deidre Hall had a twin sister named Andrea Hall? The secret is that in certain action sequences or when an on-screen double was needed, Andrea stepped in for her sister. Andrea even played a villain posing as Electra Woman. The uncanny resemblance between the Hall sisters created some real mind-bending moments for the audience. 5. Joanna Cameron's Spider-Woman, a charm that outshone Spidey. It would be a huge oversight if we forgot this before becoming the goddess. Isis Joanna Cameron appeared in the 1978 series The Amazing Spider-Man. In the episode The Curse of Dracula, she played Gail Hoffman, a talented, beautiful, and daring photographer. Do you remember the moment Gail appeared? I guarantee you the intelligence radiating from Joanna's sharp eyes and radiant smile was her most powerful weapon for stealing every frame. And here's the most iconic moment. During the masquerade ball infiltration scene, Gail wore a magnificent evening gown that was both bold and exquisitely sophisticated. The cameras back then were very generous, capturing close-ups that highlighted Joanna's shoulders and statuesque physique. Talisa Soto's Vampirella, Latin blood, and a smokin' hot physique. How could we possibly overlook Talisa Soto's Vampirella from the 1996 film of the same name? Even though it was a low-budget project, I'd bet anything that everyone remembers. Talisa Soto's stunning looks. Her Vampirella wasn't just a vampire from the planet Draculon. She was the embodiment of deadly seduction. With those deep, soulful Latin eyes and an absolutely smokin' hot physique, she turned a monster-hunting character into one of the sexiest icons of the 90s. I still vividly remember the money shot when Vampirella appears in that daringly cut, vibrant red outfit. The way she moved gracefully through the shadows, hunting down those who betrayed her kin, was a truly dangerous combination. To be blunt, even though the film's special effects were a bit crude back then, Talisa Soto's charisma carried the whole thing. She proved that a strong woman doesn't need heavy armor to be powerful. Sometimes just a sharp gaze and pure confidence are enough to take down any opponent. 3. Sigourney Weaver's Ellen Ripley. Get away from her, you bitch!
Get away from her, you bitch!
When talking about action legends, no list can exist without the name Sigourney Weaver. In Aliens 1986, she completely changed the game. Ripley wasn't just a lone survivor, she was the soul of the entire squad, the only one who kept a cool head when the toughest space marines started panicking in the face of the xenomorph swarm. I'm certain that anyone who has seen this movie can never forget the most iconic scene, Ripley operating the power loader exoskeleton stepping out of the shadows. The way she snarls, "Get away from her, you bitch," to protect little Newt from the alien queen was a true explosion of female power. 2. Halle Berry's Storm, the Storm Queen with massive power. Even though the film debuted in 2000, Storm's look was actually forged in the late 90s. With that powerful silver-white hair and eyes that changed color whenever she summoned lightning, Halle Berry transformed Aurora Monroe into a true goddess of the elements. I've always been enchanted by the scenes where Storm hovers in mid-air controlling massive electrical surges to shield her teammates. The image of her standing at the eye of the storm, her cape whipping in the gale, is easily one of the most iconic moments in the entire X-Men franchise. But the real magic of Halle Berry's performance was how she portrayed the depth of a woman carrying city-level destructive power, yet choosing to use it solely to protect the peace. 1. Rachel Skarsten's Black Canary, a beauty with explosive impact.
I'm the justice you can't run from.
While the Birds of Prey series officially aired in the early 2000s, Rachel Skarsten's portrayal of Dinah Lance was a perfect inheritance of the street warrior style so characteristic of the 90s. I can still see the sequences of Dinah fighting alongside Oracle and Huntress in the dark heart of New Gotham. The moment she delivers those high-impact kicks or that steady, unwavering gaze when facing danger truly struck a chord with comic book fans of that era. What made this character so iconic was the journey of her learning to control the powerful Canary cry. Whenever she focused her energy, the entire space seemed to vibrate with her every breath, a beauty that was simultaneously fragile and capable of devastating impact. Even though modern cinema technology can create more eye-popping visuals today, the image of these first-generation goddesses stepping off the comic book pages will always hold a unique place in the hearts of fans. Which superhero muse on this list impressed you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit follow to unlock the next chapters of these cinematic legends.